Once upon a time, in a beautiful land, abundant with rivers, fruit-giving trees, birds, rain, and a rich soil, there stood a magnificent castle. It was summertime, and the kingdom was abuzz with the yearly summer festival. All the people of the neighboring villages came to the festival. There was dancing and singing, music and colors all around the castle. The king, His Highness, will now come to the town square to grace the summer festival. The king had watched over his people wisely for many years. He rode through the summer festival while his people bowed to him. He felt that something in the air was changing, but he did not know what it was. Something troubled his heart. He noticed something very strange. There was no sound of laughter and not one smile on the faces of the people. They passed by each other with a little nod or a bow, but there was not one smile. The king then spoke.
I welcome you all and thank you for gracing this occasion. We have friends who have come from far-off lands to be with us this summer. May you want for nothing, and may your hearts be filled. But now, where is the band? Let there be music through this day, and may your hearts rejoice. Let us have our traditional summer dance.
But the only music that the musicians could play that day was slow, somber, and sad. Pretty flower elves are we, dancing to and fro, peeping out beneath their buds as round and round we go. Sleepy, sleepy snails are we, our steps are long and slow. We drag our feet along the ground as round and round we go. Butterflies from the air are we, our wings are fairy light. We dance before our dearest king upon the summer light. Funny little nose are we, our beards are long and white. Towards the rocks our footsteps turn to tap from morn to night. Long green snakes in the grass are we, our tails are far away. We wriggle and twist and turn, and in and out we sway. Busy, 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 busy bees are we, our wings make honey glow. We sip the nectar from the flowers as round and round we go. As round and round we go. As round and round we go. The king stood watching and plucking at his beard. He thought,
Maybe the time has come.
The king had served his people for a long time and he knew them well. He was worried that something was troubling everyone, but did not know what it could be. He sat in his chambers thinking.
"Come, sire, walk with me a while."
I always like the summer breeze. It's nice to feel you, my old friend.
So the king and the wind began to walk about the castle, watching the people at work.
You are right, sire. There's not one smile upon anyone's lips. Look! The king is here!
Nasty wind, shut that window. Why do you frown at the summer breeze?
You see, not one laugh. They have lost their sense of humor.
The wind took the king out into the orchard.
The king is here! Even outside, as the summer sun shines bright, there's no song upon their lips, just the task of getting the fruit off the tree.
And the king walked over to the kitchen.
The king is here!
Bring me the potato. Those are not done. Boil them some more. Water! Where is my water? You fools! Haven't you learned to walk yet? Tripping over your own feet. Bring me some water.
Joy is lost, sire. You must do something. Look, even you can't smile.
And the king did everything he could. He even pulled at his cheeks. But he could not smile. He looked down, forlorn and sad.
The king always took counsel from his friend the wind. And now he had seen before his eyes joy was missing from his kingdom. He realized that even he couldn't smile.
So the king called his wise ministers from the four wings of the castle: north, south, east, and west. He spoke about what was troubling him, and they conferred for a long while. They thought and thought and thought. Some ministers had new ideas. And some said, "This will not work." And round and round and round the problem they went, trying to see which was the best way to work at it. Sometimes they got excited. Sometimes they got tired. But at last, the wisest minister from the east wing of the castle said, "Stop."
Stop, stop, stop. Don't you see? It's all pretty clear.
Clear?
Yes, remember the time when our king had his queen by his side?
Yes.
That was a time of joy, music and laughter. But after she died, it all went away.
So,
We must bring it back.
how?
The fair maiden and the dragon.
No.
Wait. What is the story of the fair maiden and the dragon? I want to know. Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful fair maiden of the sunlight. She lived in a neighboring village, but was known throughout the lands for her song, beauty, and mirth that she held so naturally. Her hair was golden like the rays of the sun, and when she walked upon the ground, all around her the air smelt of the sweet fragrance of fresh roses. She was kind, and upon her lips was always a song. Everyone loved her. When our queen died, darkness and gloom spread across the land. Legend has it that she is held captive by a ferocious dragon. If we free her, we can bring her back to our castle again. Our castle needs a queen to return. A queen. Yes. Then I shall ask my sons. My first boy is so clever. My second one is really strong. Surely one of them can rescue her and bring her back to this land.
But sire, what about your third son?
He is a dreamer. And well, All he does is dream. He cannot take on so important a quest.
But my king, whoever returns with the maiden must take your place as king. You will have to step down.
I will. The time has come.
The king took the advice of his wise ministers. If one of his sons could free the fair maiden and slay the dragon, he could return to the kingdom and take his place as king. Joy would return to the kingdom with the coming of the fair maiden. The land would have a queen again. Word of this quest spread through the kingdom like wildfire, and everyone was talking about it.
Prince Lucius was the first son of the king. He was handsome and witty. He was waited upon by many and loved to tell stories of his glory. The people looked up to him, for he was very charming and had a way with words. Hanging upon his neck was a golden star that had been given to him by his mother, the late Queen Sophia. She hoped that the light of the star would always guide his thoughts so that he could serve what was true. His servants fussed about him as they prepared him to go and meet his father.
Prince Lucius, and he's so gorgeous. Look how he walks today. He tells of stories in which he shines in glory.
Of course, I will slay that dragon. I wait, and my heart swells with pride as my father chooses me for this quest. When I return, I will not return as a mere prince, but I shall be the king of this land.
Prince Lucius, and he's so gorgeous. Look how he walks today. He tells of stories in which he shines in glory.
You, my son, are gifted with intelligence. I bless you. May the summer sun guide your footsteps, and may the good spirits be with you on your journey. May your mother's star guide you. Go and bring back the fair maiden of the golden sun and take your place as king. I will, my father, my king.
Prince Lucius, the first son of the king, is blessed by his father and sets off on the quest for the fair maiden of the golden sunlight. He is confident that he can win her and bring her back.
Prince Lucius began his journey. He was clever and used his intelligence to get whatever he desired.
He could always find the quickest solution to any problem.
He stopped by nightfall to rest and traveled by day. This is the picture of the map, and this is the kingdom. Here is the castle, and here is the cave of shadows. To reach the cave of shadows, where the dragon held the fair maiden captive, Prince Lucius had to cross the forest of darkness. The forest of darkness was the thickest forest in the land and had many untold mysteries. No one ever ventured into the forest. One of the tales that was told through the lands was that there lived in the forest an old lady. Some called her a witch, and some called her a wise woman. As Prince Lucius walked into the forest of darkness towards the end of summer one day, he was drawn to a song. He followed the sound until he reached an old lady. She stood behind a cauldron, stirring and singing. "Welcome, Prince Lucius, all shining in white. I have been waiting for you."
You know my name? Well, of course you know my name. I am Lucius. I am famous. Everybody knows my name.
Yes, I know of many things, and I know that you are on a journey to seek the fair maiden of the golden sunlight. But may I offer you some advice, young prince, of great intelligence?
I've heard of your existence, old lady, but I don't think that any kind of advice can help me on this journey more than my star.
Well, I just have one thing to tell you. Look around you. It's summertime. Oh, Prince, you have cleverly chosen the shortest route to the Cave of Shadows. But this is a path of illusion. Be careful, for you will be tempted. The truth lies in the leaves. The leaves will lead you to the fair maiden. Do not go astray.
You, old lady, you are sending me through the winding ways of the forest when I have already found a straight, clean road to the Cave of Shadows? It is the shortest route, the quickest route, and the best way to reach the cave. I have my golden star, and I don't need any golden leaves of trickery. Go now, old witch, be on your way. Old witch? Where are you?
Just then, a golden-haired maiden appeared behind the prince and covered his eyes. She turned him and led him towards a shimmering golden road.
Ah, Prince Lucius, what does the old lady witch tell you?
Of nothing important. Who are you?
Well, if you are going towards the dragon to find the fair maiden of the golden sunlight, you might want to follow her.
Fair maiden, how did you appear? You look so radiant, as if you are made from the finest threads of sunshine.
Now, she is quite a wonder, isn't she?
Follow her. And the prince began to walk upon the shimmering road, blinded by the golden-haired maiden. But as he walked, he realized it was no road. It was a path of trickery and illusion. He suddenly found himself shouting for help.
Help! Help me! Fair maiden, help me!
He was surrounded by water. Soon Prince Lucius was drowned.
Prince Lucius sets off and meets the old lady in the forest. She asks him to find the truth and look to the leaves for help. But Prince Lucius is led astray. Tempted by illusion, he follows a maiden. But she isn't the real fair maiden. She isn't the maiden of the golden sunlight. She leads him onto a false, shimmering road on which he meets his end.
The summer days changed into autumn as the golden leaves fell slowly, whilst they changed their hues. There stood more brooding in the kingdom, when for the whole summer Prince Lucius did not return. Prince Arnold was the second son of the king. He stood in his chamber sharpening his sword. Upon his neck he wore a little silver sword which he hung upon a chain. This was given to him by his mother, Queen Sophia. She hoped that he always had the strength to choose what was courageous in a time of darkness. Prince Arnold knew he would be called by his father to go on the quest, as his brother had failed. Oh, Prince Arnold, how mighty and strong are you! However big the dragon be, your sword shall keep you company. Slay the dragon. Yes, yes, you will. And you'll win the hand of the maiden. And you'll win the hand of the maiden. And you'll win the hand of the maiden.
Prince Arnold, your father is coming to meet you.
Let him come. I know why he comes, and I will see him. Oh, Arnold, you are the strongest man that lives in our kingdom. My legs do not hold me up anymore. My strength fails me. Will you go on this quest and win the hand of the fair maiden and bring her back? You shall have my place as king. I will not fail you, my father, my king. Go then, my son. The blessings of the autumn winds are upon you. May your path be clear from confusion as the earth changes her colors and prepares for the coming of winter. Do not worry, father. I have my sword. That's all I need. I will return with the fair maiden.
Oh, Prince Arnold, how mighty and strong are you! However big the dragon be, your sword shall keep you company. Slay the dragon. Yes, yes, you will. And you'll win the hand of the maiden. And you'll win the hand of the maiden. And you'll win the hand of the maiden.
As the king begins to lose his strength, Prince Arnold, his second son, prepares to go out on the quest for the fair maiden. He is confident that with the might of his sword, he will be able to rescue her and slay the dragon.
Look upon this map. You see the journey of Prince Lucius. That journey did not end well. Prince Arnold knew this, so he decided to take another route to the Cave of Shadows. But here, there, trees grew thick and strong. It was quite impossible to get through. Prince Arnold began his journey. Along with his sword, he decided to take an axe. Wherever Prince Arnold walked, everyone cleared out of his way, as he was mighty and could do anything he set his mind on. But now before him stood the thickest of trees. Even as the leaves fell fast and the days grew shorter, Prince Arnold did not rest. He worked day and night, hacking and hewing down the thickest and strongest of trees that stood in his way. Suddenly, he heard a song and found an old lady stirring a big cauldron and singing. This was the same old lady that his brother had seen.
Who are you? And what are you doing in this forest?
Prince Arnold, welcome.
How do you know my name? Speak, you old hag! Who are you?
I am the keeper of the earth's secrets and a friend of this forest. You seek the golden-haired maiden, just as your brother did.
You know about her?
I do. I offer now my advice to you.
Speak fast. I don't have all day to waste listening to your preaching.
You have walked, hacking and hewing the forest, making a path for yourself. You have destroyed the forest, and the trees grew angry. As you walk further into the forest, the trees will begin to whisper. The days grow colder and shorter. Do not go alone, young prince. Hold the warm hand of a friend and walk through the whispers.
What a tale you spin, old lady.
Prince Arnold, hear my words. If you cannot face your fears, you will harden and freeze. Remember, all the leaves are falling, and you must find the last leaf that falls from the trees. Catch it warm before it touches the cold earth. The leaf is the key to help you overpower the dragon.
You tell me to find a little leaf, and you say it will slay the dragon? I have my sword. I don't need any more when I have my sword and my strength. I will soon return with the fair maiden by my side, and then we shall see.
All around Prince Arnold, the trees began to whisper. The day grew into night.
Prince Arnold, you really think your sword and shield will protect you? Can your sword cut through the dark night?
Come, Prince Arnold. This journey will be a test of your courage. for no living man is without fears.
I am without fear. I am the most powerful man in this land. You cannot scare me. Who are you? Where are you? Reveal yourself and I will cut you down.
Prince Arnold was filled with fear. He was too scared to walk into the dark forest, and inside him his heart hardened. Wall upon wall he built, and he thought his heart grew fearless. Wall upon wall he built, hardening deep inside. Coldness crept through the dark.
I am powerful and fearless at heart.
He shouted and brandished his sword, pretending to be mighty and bold.
What's this? I find myself in a castle. Yes, Prince Arnold. This ice castle is hard to penetrate. You are trapped in it.
Where is your sword? Why don't you cut down the ice walls? Prince Arnold and his mighty sword.
Who are you? So beautiful, so perfect, with features as sharp as the shards of an ice crystal.
I am the queen of this land. It is said that only the most powerful can come close enough to see me and share a dance with me.
May I have this dance?
Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December. Someone holds me safe and warm, horses prance through a silver storm, figures dancing gracefully across my memory.
Prince Arnold suddenly stopped dancing. Something was happening to him. His legs could not move. His hands were frozen. He tried with all his strength to move, but he could not. All of a sudden, it began to snow. Prince Arnold forgot the golden-haired maiden and his quest. Slowly, he turned into a block of ice.
Horses prance through a silver storm, figures dancing gracefully across my memory. Far away,
Prince Arnold, the second son of the king, ventures on the quest to find the fair maiden. He scorns what the old lady says about finding the last leaf. Instead, he follows a path on which he pretends to be brave. Fear and pretense turn his heart cold. He finds himself in an ice castle with an ice queen in it. Thinking he could make do with any queen and not wanting to venture further into the forest where his fears manifest, he decides to take the queen back to his kingdom. Claiming he is the most powerful, he begins to dance with her. But the magic of the forest turns him into a block of ice.
autumn turned slowly into winter, and the kingdom was covered in a blanket of snow.
were shining in moonlight, and everywhere around us the silence of midnight, and we had gathered snowflakes. Remember the soft light of starlight on snow. Oh, remember this, for no one knows the way love goes. Oh, remember this, for no one knows the way life goes.
Out in the snow, Prince David was enjoying a sleigh ride. He was the youngest of the king's 3 sons and spent most of his time outdoors, exploring the secrets of nature. Wherever he went, a little bird flew with him and was his loyal friend. The people in the kingdom felt that Prince David could understand and speak the language of animals and plants around him. He spent most of his time playing his banjo, singing and dreaming. He was everyone's friend and loved all through the land, for he was still considered carefree, curious and innocent as a child. But he had never shouldered responsibility. However, he was the only man in the kingdom who could still smile. Upon his neck hung a locket, a gift of love from his mother, Queen Sophia.
Prince David, your father, His Highness, calls you to his chambers.
Oh, Laurie, Merry Christmas. I'm coming. Tell my father I'm coming. Just as soon as these reindeers stop pulling me.
Prince David is the 3rd son of the king. He is out enjoying the winter snow. As his brothers have failed on the quest, Prince David is called by his father, the king.
Son, where have you been? Sorry, father. I was out in the snow. David, I grow sick with the passing of every season. Your brothers before you went on the quest and failed. I have no hope left. But father, what about me? David, you do not even realize that you are a prince. You cannot even see that more and more people are falling sick. I would never ask this of you, for I know that you cannot even. I will do my best, father. Go then. Waste not more time.